Yeah, because I was just going to read this medicine woman, Black Angel. She came about 2 days ago. Every now and then when I pull this big oracle out, and we will say it's an amazing thing, or just a black girl that used to be named Deborah something Manuel, and I came across these amazing cards like better than 20 years ago, and I've painted a lot of them, and a lot of them hang in different people's houses because it's just so. And so yeah, we said, well, what angel's coming to assist this Lighthouse Summit? The medicine woman. You are flowing with what's natural for you. And the waking path is attuned to nature, and the sleeping path is controlling. And I was just laughing to myself because on Thursday I didn't really see where that fit in. And then we had the morning session, and very much flowing with nature. A lot of it was for me. I know before I took that rest break, and when we got off from the morning, I said, let me go out here and just barefoot and water my garden and try to ground back in. And I did, and that was fabulous. And then we did a couple of little technical things there, and we laid down. And so where I thought I might have come at 3 o'clock, that's the controlling part. It didn't happen because the dream time took me down into all these sweet places of, like, number one, appreciating what you were just saying, all the many other gatherings. I could just feel it was like a lit up net. That big net we have on the Classroom Collective, and everybody's buzzing all over the world. Right, because on my phone, as I was laying there, I clicked in the AM Joy, and so that, of course, took me to check through what that pulse is beating out there today in other places, and it's Juneteenth weekend. They were very clear to say in Tulsa, even though the man might have thought it was just yesterday and no worries. No, it's always has been a weekend long, kind of like Memorial Day. You can do, barbecues or whatever you're going to do. And yeah, just where it is. So I don't know. I think maybe I should read a little bit of it. I am going to say what they told me to say in the dream time. I'm going to cover that. That had to do with the currency, and you are the ring of this. Why you and I are just here. See, I just click, 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 click. Remind me to tell this to Katrina for tomorrow, but so you know what I'm supposed to do right here. Oh, yay, Timmy's here, John's here, is give you the right email that changed for my PayPal, which is Kindred. I should do it. Kindred. A mail. Yeah, email. Is that right? 2. Katrina usually does this for me. Donation. And that's it. And then we'll talk more about it. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jimmy, how you doing? Are you right there? Or, I could give my dream time little quick power nap report, which was very interesting.
You can do it. Can you hear me?
Look how beautiful you look. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Huh?
I wanted to do a voice check. Can you hear me properly and
I
clearly?
can hear you good. Mm-hmm.
Perfect, because this laptop was giving issues. I wanted to just chime in quickly. I'll go back on mute. Thank you so much for confirming.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm going to, even though Jonathan's here and he's, and Todd's here. Hey, Todd Cutter. Hey, Todd Cutter, nice. Thank you for supporting Timmy this way. Yeah, give us a little Wild Darlings community. So thankful. We are recording, Timmy, so whenever we come into it for your journey, we're good. I was saying that I just put up my link, and as I went down in the dream time, was speaking about a lot of things. The Mystic School of Alchemy, which they reminded me that was cool. They took me. What was y'all will know too? Todd don't know. Todd, what's the name of the X-Men school? Xavier for the gifted ones, something. What's the name of it? I went right
remember.
to.
I'll find.
Yeah, I went right to the gate. And they were talking to me about, the Mystic School of Alchemy, and you should convey to the people in there how to keep the current in currency, which is why I had to put my link over there so that we can always be moving our abundance in this very turbulent time in our world with many, many, many unemployed and COVID and all that. We can continue to see what for Todd and I would be old school stuff back there to the laws of attraction and allowing and how we don't block our own blessings of abundance. And so therefore then the Kindred of Sangoma welcomes donations for lighthouses. Maybe even not so much my feeling was it was for people here that knew of other people that just know of us but won't get here to this particular summit and say, well, that's great, because there's all kinds of things. It's Tracy's time to take a lot of these recordings and put them up to YouTube for us where we can refer back and look back at some of these deep teachings. That's good. Oh, somebody did my schedule up for us. Awesome. So everybody that comes in will be able to see that. Awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Todd, you probably know that, honey. You look out your front window at Central Park. So you want to add any words to how we, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. Let me be perfectly clear. I'm saying I know you as a soul that is an art soul. And a lot of people, like my grandmother, always thought we were starving artists in Greenwich Village if we had anything to do, like you and me, with music or theater. She said, girl, take typing. You gonna starve to death down there with them artists. But having been to your wonderful, wonderful, what is that? It's not a penthouse because you're not way up top. It's like a townhouse. And it overlooks Central Park, god dang it. But you still get to do your piano and your music and work on cool projects like Wild Darlings. So I don't know, did your daddy leave you money or do you really have the keys to how to hold abundance?
Yeah, I inherited some money, which was very helpful.
Well, there's that.
And, I make a lot of music these days that gets placed into television, which is
there's that. Even jingles make money. Good for you, Todd. Excellent. I never knew to ask you that. So there's that. There's that.
Yeah, and we were with the Wild Darlings production team. I got to meet JWoww on Planet JWoww this morning, talking about abundance of spirit. I was completely blown away by her.
That's what most people say. That's why she is Planet JWoww, because you can get blown away in a heartbeat. I love Planet JWoww. She's pretty spectacular.
Absolutely.
She really is. She really is. You know what I'm saying? Just from a number of places to hold that much genius and IQ and autism and all those parts that make her who she is very powerful. Very powerful. So like the Swami, I see you set up over there, Timmy, and are you ready or you want to wait a little closer to 3:30 in case people are following the schedule? I was here and I was told that I could share the angel that came in, which was the medicine woman. And in case you maybe weren't on when we went through that, from our deck that we used up in Blossom Dell. Let me hold it up again. I think it was just me and Christy, medicine woman. And her waking path is attuned to nature. and her sleeping path is controlling. And yeah, I think if I, without even reading this, but I have pulled this card before. At our best, well, there's two stories I tell with this, and one is maybe what 3, 4, or 5 days into being paralyzed, not knowing what was happening. There's no movement in my body, and now they've moved me from the house in the ambulance to the hospital to figure out what's happening. And the doctors, really, the doctors, pardon me, Binky.
Hey, what's up?
I'm on a Zoom call. I don't want this to be an emergency, so tell me something good. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay, it's not an emergency if you're on your Zoom call. Finish your Zoom call.
Okay, thank you. You know, because people like that don't call me all the time, so I didn't want him to be out on the street, something going on. Okay, long story short, they put the pin in your foot because they want to tell you why you're paralyzed and nothing is moving your arms and nothing is moving. And most people who are paralyzed don't feel that pin or needle. I did. So, oh. And so I'm in the room, they've left out, and now I'm really a little confused because up to this point, stomach virus, nausea, diarrhea, limbs giving out. Like, I don't know how to describe what's been happening to me in the 4 days before they put me in the ambulance to get me to the hospital. But now in this room where I recognize I'm on a bed and the door just closed and there's no one in there and I can't move. I can't as much get to the button that would call the nurse if something went wrong. And a voice came in my ear and said, "Oh, but you wanted to be a medicine woman, did you? Heal this." And that was it, boo. And 2 years later, we came back. Because that's what I know about the medicine woman in attuned to nature. You don't have any control. You have surrendered everything. Your best bet is just to stick with being allies with whatever you work with, crystals or herbs or energies. Stick with what you know is what I got told right in that moment. Couldn't even move. Couldn't get my finger to my nose. And obviously, the other side of that, the sleeping path, is when you do think you're in control and you're not. We are never in control. The medicine moves. And if we are wise, we align ourselves with the movement of the medicine. Mm-hmm. And so down here I think I can look at it on my phone and that would be easier. I did send it out into the event page if you all want to look back at it. Joy Ma'at took us up, 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 up. The lighthouses in what happened, I'm just going to say for me, I don't know what happened for everybody else. Well, Christy, you were there. Maybe you'll pipe in. What happened is her little presentation like this was moving the grief through yoga. And what happened for me is as I, through the breaths and the concentration of allowing it to release, I started elevating. Me and my doves were going all the way up the lighthouse in my third eye and opening all the windows and things. And then, I went out on the balcony and became a dragon and was blowing fire of love all over humanity. And so then I got up and these cards came out of the Sacred Path deck and presented themselves also as a reading for this time together. They would be in pictures. Yes. So I can tell you the way in which they were laid. In the top, we have the North Shield. See, does it blow up? No. Oh, yeah. Wisdom and gratitude. And then down into the pipe, which I love, which always balances right in the center. That pipe, number 1. Also, when I tapped into AM Joy at 6/20/20, I said, whoa. 8, 10, 1. Pipe in the center of this is 1. North Shield top card, 11, 1, 1. Do you see all these new beginnings we are moving through, my peoples? The eclipse is between now and this time tomorrow, all over the planet. This particular, so I'm saying that in terms of, and then we're gonna go into the No doubt my other self, my twin sister here, will pick it up and we'll go into with the drum a little further in the idea of what it is we each came to, like almost with a neon light through the lighthouse that is us. What are we going to put in this crack in the universe right here on the edge of this eclipse with all these ones and new beginnings lined up? That's what the talking sticks were mixed in here. This summit was supposed to be a blend of those who bring certain gifts, and we certainly have those. And then it's a part of the people who, such as yourselves, that are here, that are going to make use of it. Yes, it's great to learn and share and exchange all of the gifts that we have, but for me, the toolbox, the takeaway kit, that's the real bottom line. That's what, like, on next Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be glad that we linked in and hooked up in a way that recharged us and rebooted us on this sun's longest journey across the earth. So let me finish telling you, okay? And so as then we move south, because it's a celebration of the south and the south node and all of that. But before we could get there, we had to have the arrow, 12, 1, 2. I love that. Arrows have no curves. That's the kind of level of truth we're in. And authenticity is blunt right through here. You can't even curve or bend the truth, really. You just be lying to yourself like all these people trying to do. They spin on what's really happening to see if it'll work for them. But the arrow, truth as protection. One of these times where no matter what you think, a lie won't help you. That's for us personally, and unraveling our work, our prejudices, our racism, our triggers, all of it. And stick with the truth, because the truth right through here will protect us. I got to go with that. I'm just saying, not knowing what it is. Hurricane season, tsunami, earthquake. We don't know exactly where we're going from here. What exactly the summer looks like for the rest of the pandemic with 25 states spiking. But to say the truth is your protection. And then the South, I love it, innocence and inner child. And all this healing work we're doing and helping one another do through here. Awesome. Up over in the Northeast where all the agreements are came the medicine bundle. And that's allies and support, which we all are for one another. Ashe. And then the Moon Lodge is under that, which is what I did on the break. Remembering that you have to cool down to 0. You have to have points in all of this energy where there's nothing. There's no sound, no movement. Whether it's in a hammock, wherever it is, stop, pause. Find your rhythm, and she's going to take us there in a minute. Joy Mahat did the same thing. Find your own internal rhythm so that you don't go into overdrive, overwhelm yourself, overcharge your nervous system. How do we keep the balance? I think someone this morning said it earlier. How do we hold this fire of the South right where we're at on our way to the 4th of July? Without burning ourselves up. Yeah, there's that. And over in the Northwest, Burden Basket. That was the first one that caught my attention because Burden Basket is a story from Jamie Sams that I come back to often. The beginning of it says, first of all, in order to be a good ally, in order to have good allies, you have to be a good ally. And then the next thing says, so it's really not good for us to take our burdens and drop them at the door of another. It's really not to anyone's benefit to allow anyone to bring the burdens to your door and drop them. These are not productive alliances. Really, truth be told, and y'all know me as a truth teller, it's more like a pity party. Okay, and there is a time and a place for pity parties, and get a good bottle of wine if you want to do it. But don't fool yourself into thinking that you build an alliance when you really just having a pity party. I don't know who that was for, but I heard that real loud. Okay, and the southwest of the wheel, council tribe. No, council fire. Decisions. Wow. Wow. And so unlike the South place, or where's another real decision-making place, the East, where things have to begin, you have to get things going. Over here in the Southwest, just past the heat of the day, we all know that place. We might stop and slow it down. We've been going hard since the morning. It's the slumber of the afternoon, upon which working Mexicans, I've been there, they started before the sun came up. They take a siesta. They go over to the hammock in this Southwest place. They come back up for dinner and celebration like that. And that place is said, consider the council fires and the decisions that have to be made. That is really like a wow, hold the sign. Right after Timmie comes the decisions to be made. Mojo, Maurice White will present us with those kinds of thoughts. You know, nobody trying to sell anybody anything, but we are saying winter is coming. Here's a few things you might want to consider in your safety, your protection, and your groundedness moving forward. So that being said, I think, Christy, I'm turning the talking stick over to Timmie to carry us into our drum meditation.
Unmute myself. Ooh. Did I lose you? Hi. Hi, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Perfect. Thank you, Grandmother Sangoma, for creating this space and for me to lead this meditation. Today, I was in a recording studio early this morning with Chicha, with my drum. And on my way home, I was thinking of how I can lead, where I'm going to take everyone to, or where's the Spirit going to allow them to go. And first and foremost, I want you to have an intention. What is it that you feel like you need? Whatever question that you may have for the Spirit, and to write it down mentally or in your journal, write down what intention that you have for this journey. And some songs came to my heart that I remembered as a child, and I will sing it for you before I get into the journey, and I will bring you back from the journey with those songs. So with the shamanic journey, usually we're, in most practices, I mean all practices, the journey is usually done in the underworld first. But we're going to do middle world today on the mountain, and we're going to go to our lighthouse. This was guided for me to do on the train. Now I would like to just do an opening prayer and ask all of the spirits from the east, west, north, and south to join us today to guide us, our ancestors, our spirit guides, the grandmothers, grandfathers to be with us today. And once you have your intentions down, just sit with it. I see the lighthouse, I see the lighthouse, I see the lighthouse shining in glory, I see the lighthouse, I see. I see the lighthouse. I share. I see the lighthouse. I share. I see the lighthouse shining in glory. I see the lighthouse. I share. I let some more oil in my lamp, keep it burning. A little more oil in my lamp, I pray. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning till the break of day. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning. A little more oil in my lamp, I pray. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning till the break of day. I am a warrior out in the field, and I can sing, and I can shout, and I can tell it all about that my guides are here for. When I'm out in the yonder, in a happy paradise. When I'm out in the yonder, in the field. I ask you to take 3 deep breaths. And just to sit comfortably, if you want to lay down, you can. Just allow your mind to relax. And the shamanic journey is just another, our reality, an ultimate reality. And the more time we do, we'll see how real it is, this reality of ours, and how we can connect to the spirits, to our guides, and receive the medicines that we need. And as a summer solstice, we are also journeying to leave what no longer serves us. Knowing that this lighthouse is us, that sun, that electrifying power is us. So I invite you to close your eyes, and when you release, just let out a big sigh. I'll beat the drum 7 times, and it will be repetitive and fast. And trust what you're seeing. Trust the spirits. They are assisting you, and you are helping them. They are helping you. I must walk this pilgrim journey. I must walk it by myself. Nobody else can walk it for me. I must walk it by myself. I must walk this pilgrim journey. I must walk it by myself. When I'm ready, my sisters will join me. I must walk it by myself. I must walk this pilgrim journey. I must walk it by myself. When I'm ready, my love shall join me. I must walk it by myself. You're going to visualize your mountain. We're going to go up your mountain. You're going up your mountain. Your guides are there to assist you. You're on top of your mountain. Allow your guides to open for you. Talk to them. You are there with intentions. Ask them for guidance. Beyond you, there is a forest. As you walk into that forest, there is a tree. As you walk toward the tree, you notice that there is an opening. Ask the tree permission. May I enter? How does it look inside? There it is, your lighthouse. With the brightest of light, inviting you to come. Allow your guides to take you to that lighthouse. Make your way on top. You're invited to be the light, and with the light of the lighthouse, as you get to the top, you. As you make your way down from the lighthouse, you were visited by your younger self. You have a message for them. They have a gift for you. You're making your way back to your mountain. You're coming down your mountain. Thank your guides, your ancestors, for showing up. Thank them for the gifts received. You're coming down your mountain. You're back down your mountain. I see the lighthouse. Amen. I see the lighthouse. I see the lighthouse shining in the glory. I see the lighthouse. Amen. If you're laying down, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Show your hands so I can see it. Thank you. Please journal what came up for you. If you would like to share, I am not sure if we have space for one or two persons to share. Grandmother Sangoma, what came up for them.
I feel like you to me, so I'm going to type to you personally, they say. Like a whole thing. I saw it. I'll tell you that. I was up there with the hobbits going up the mountain into the woods as you got there. And it was just amazing, like from where I was down with them. And I can remember that place. I love that movie. I wouldn't have guessed there was a lighthouse up there. But then when I got through the woods, whoa. And so, yeah, so mine was good inside. My goodness, all you lighthouses are truly inspiring me because it's now in my journal. I did. And I had a great message from my younger self. I know. It was great. I don't know about everybody else, but it was really, really, really great for me. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.